Hi, this is DracoFlame67, and I am making a video response to zeroax1's video about Soul Calibur 5. And even though I've never really said anything about this, I've been anticipating Soul Calibur 5 for quite a while. I'm probably going to be getting it on the last day of January or sometime after that. Zero talked about three things. Nightmare's inclusion in Soul Calibur 5, Leisha, a new character, not being Kekwuk's daughter, and the whole Viola equals Amy thing going on. First about Nightmare. I find it a little interesting that Nightmare is still using the giant sword discipline when in previous games it said that Soul Edge would take the form of the person who wielded it. Take the form of the fighting style that the person who wielded it. But this time, Nightmare is still using the fighting style he had in Soul Calibur 3 and 4, when Nightmare was his own entity and just basing his fighting style off of his time with Siegfried as a host. So, does that mean that this new host has the same fighting style that Siegfried does, or does that mean that Soul Edge has just gotten so used to that fighting style that he's using it again with a new host? Hopefully those answers will be explained when the game comes out. And then about the whole situation with Kekwuk. For anyone who's watched my channel, they know I like Tales of Symphonia. And there's this point in the game, even if, spoiler, Kratos is Lloyd's biological father, but Lloyd has two fathers in the game. Kratos, his biological one, and Dirk, the guy who raised him. I think a similar situation might play out in Soul Calibur 5. Kekwuk is Leisha's biological father, this is what I'm thinking. But around the time of Leisha and her brother's birth, shortly after that, something really bad must have happened to Kekwuk, which probably died or went berserk or something. But regardless, the main point is that Z.W.E.I probably couldn't take care of both her kids on her own, and she had to find someone else, and yeah. And then that other guy, I think he's called Yan Wujin or something, but he's just taking care of them. While I think that Kekwuk and whatever happened to him, I think is going to be a central point to Leisha's story. And I do think that Maxie is going to be involved somehow because, he's playable, unlike Kekwuk and Z.W.E.I, or maybe Kekwuk might be playable in the future, but considering Z.W.E.I was just released and he's pretty much the Kekwuk replacement, I don't think Kekwuk is going to show up playable, but Maxie is playable, and Maxie is Kekwuk's best friend, so I think Maxie is going to be involved in Leisha learning about Kekwuk, like you did, Zeroax. But the whole bit with Viola being Amy, or the theories going on, there's a little more to it than just the clothes. There's the facial structure is similar. They have the same voice actress, in English anyway, and the biographies also add a little to it. Like, Viola's biography says she's amnesic and she doesn't know her past, and Raphael's biography says that Amy has gone missing. So, people can may be able to assume that Viola forgot Amy's moveset, or at least some of it. I've seen some gameplay videos centered around Viola, and she still does some of the flips that Amy did. So one can assume that Viola might have forgot her fighting style and picked up a new one in 17 years. It is generally could be what happened. 17 years did go by, and Amy was I don't think her age was given out in Soul Calibur 4. I'm going to assume it's 13, but yeah, between 13 and 30, a lot can happen, and you can pick up a different fighting style, and that magical orb is probably a result of her, I guess, vampirification, but again, about that, Raphael, if you played Soul Calibur 4, he could teleport. If you pressed, not sure, I think it was like, horizontal and kick and pressing back, Raphael will be surrounded by this dark aura and teleport to behind the opponent. So, and he has this grab where he, like, bites into someone and sucks their health, I think. But Raphael has shown some unnatural powers, so it can be assumed that Amy might have picked some of those up as well. It probably just took longer to develop. That's really it. If you so zeroax, that's really all I have to say about what you said, and I'm going to add something else. Z.W.E.I for the win, because I'm really looking forward to playing as Z.W.E.I once it comes out. I don't know, I just find that character really interesting. What are your thoughts about him?